Hello everyone, I hope all is well. Shamion here. Today I'm going to do a mother-in-law pepper sauce for you all. If you are not from Trinidad and Tobago and you are watching or viewing this demo, mother-in-law pepper sauce is a chunky version of a hot pepper sauce. Extremely hot pepper sauce. It is not any mild pepper sauce, right? So on my setup, I have it's more of a salsa style pepper sauce. To give you all an idea that lives outside of Trinidad and Tobago, it's more of a salsa style pepper sauce. Right? That's what it is. So I have everything that is necessary and needed ingredients for this mother-in-law pepper sauce. I have lots of Scotch bonnet peppers. These are hot peppers native to Trinidad, right? If you want to use other hot peppers, be it scorpion or Congo, the choice is your own. Even 7 hot, right? Because we have variation of hot peppers here in Trinidad, and I'm seeing now that it is also being well used and received in the international culinary world. I'm seeing a lot of challenges and so forth with our local hot peppers, right? Which is good to see. 2C, not 2C, right? You're gonna need some shado and benny. This is a seasoning that is local here in Trinidad. We call it shado and benny. It is also well known in other parts of the Caribbean, right? Be it Jamaica and so forth, right? They may use it for different things, but here we use it as a seasoning. I just want to put away a bit. I know someone that is born and bred in Jamaica. They are from Jamaica, and they said that the shado benny is used as a medicine for the cold or flu, right? I just need to cover those things. I have 3 limes. Right, the limes are just gorgeous. You all know I only work with the freshest of ingredients. So they are my local limes, right? It's just amazing, the scent. I have some coarse sea salt. I cut up 1 carrot before we started, right? For the sake of time, I have 1 regular onion. If you have white onion, feel free to use it. I wouldn't suggest red onions because you don't want to get someone discolor, right? And this is what we call in Trinidad here a karai leaf. It is very necessary for making good mother-in-law, or in the wider part of the world, culinary world, is called bitter melon, right? The seeds and all of that will be removed. Of course, I will show you guys that. There is also 2 cloves of peeled garlic in here, garlic cloves, right? These are, if you don't know, these are pimento, what we call here in Trinidad and Tobago pimento. It's a seasoning pepper. The aroma and fragrance as you cut into it, once it's a good one, it's very strong. It's like a beautiful pepper, seasoning pepper. It isn't hot. Very few times you'll come across some that is somewhat grafted because it will contain a bit of heat, right? But it is it's a seasoning pepper, and we use it in stews and peas and so forth. It's a very nice tasting pepper, right? Yeah, it's a very nice tasting pepper, right? So I'm gonna start. I wanna say, when you are working with peppers, please use gloves. Please use gloves, because I have experience in times gone by when I didn't use gloves. No matter how many times you wash your hand, the pepper stays on there, right? It literally burns, it stings your hand, and then if you touch other parts of your body, if your hand just happened to pass by your eyes, you realize, ooh, right? And then you remember, oh, I was messing or using peppers, hot peppers. So always wear gloves. If you know you are going to prepare pepper of any kind, be sauce or mother-in-law, always use gloves. Have gloves home if just for the purpose of pepper sauce, food safe glove, vanilla like I use. Have it at home, right? So I'm just covering all the bases. You will need some boiling hot water too. That's what I use to really activate my pepper, my mother-in-law. I don't cook it on the stove, but the hot water is used to activate it versus the room temperature water. It does make a difference, right? So I'm going to get into this demo for you all now, okay guys? Yes, so I was saying don't use only 1 color when you are using peppers to make pepper sauce. I was saying to use a colorful medley, right? Reds and yellows preferably, right? Because if you use green, like strictly this color, people won't know the difference between it and local grind seasonings, right? Or seasoning. So I'm just going to pulse what I already have in my processor at this stage. I will add my lemon juice and thing as these things reach somewhat to where texture of where I want it to go. Right? You can't use your blender, but you're going to have to monitor things heavily or a lot to see the consistency. And of course, you'll have to put some liquid in your blender when you're using that alone, right? I'm just going to pulse. Remember, I said it's a chunky pepper sauce, right? So there is, everything just already looks so pretty. Those of us that know what mother-in-law looks like, they could tell, yeah, we are already on that path, right? It smells just beautiful, by the way. The scent filled the kitchen as the processor was opened, right? So guys, our peppers is already in the food processor, right? I am going to pulse it. You will hear me when the processor is running, okay? Right, you all see what we have so far. I'm going to use my spatula. Remember, I said no metal stuff whatsoever in when we are doing these things, okay? Whatever I say on them, it goes for not only you all, but it goes for me first. Right? So always remember, I don't just say, I do what I say, and that is how I'm able to tell you all what you all need to do also. Right? So I'm going to add some liquid at this stage, which is my boiling hot water. I spoke about it at the start of the demo. You all would have remembered, you should have remembered that, right? So I'm just going to add a couple of water, not too much, because you don't want to spill in the sides of your processor, so, and you don't want it. You see the steam is escaping from the jug as I'm putting the water. I'm also going to put the lime and some of my coarse sea salt at this stage. The scent is just marvelous. As the processor was open, it just filled the kitchen, the scent of it. Not too much of salt, right? I'm going to add the juices of the 3 limes, freshly squeezed limes. You'll remember when I squeezed it at the start, right? So I'm going to go and pulse again. You'll only hear me when I'm running the processor. Why I'm using the pulse, it gives us more control, right? I'm going to put a little more liquid. Don't just dump all your liquid. It goes for everything that we are cooking or preparing. You always want to add it bit by bit. So it's just giving me more control, right? I'm already seeing some spillage, which is what I was trying to avoid at the initial stages. But sometimes these things happen, okay? Pay careful attention to things like these. Right? Just pay careful attention. If you are seeing water also when you are working with your processor or anything, remember these things not supposed to sit in any liquid. It poses a shock hazard, electric shock hazard or risk. Just get it from the surface and do it. So I'm just going to finish up this demo for you all. It's quite an easy demo, right? Right? Some persons will want it chunkier than this. This is how I prefer it to be, right? You want to refrigerate it in a fresh glass sterilize last bottle. By sterilize, or just throw some, pass it through some boiling hot water, right? So I'm going to show you guys how it looks close up. You are seeing bits of the carrot. The green stuff is our bitter melon or Karaili, and this is what we have for our chunky, freshly made mother-in-law pepper sauce as it is known here in Trinidad. Looks just gorgeous by the way, right? So this is what we have. Remember, it's lime base, of course. I'm just going to put it into our bowl. Alright guys, so we are finished making our mother-in-law, our freshly made mother-in-law. Smell, the scent of it is just amazing, right? I'm just going to put it out into a bowl. You all know how I feel about white. You all see me use it time and time again, right? The good thing about it, since it's lime based, you can always add if you find, because a lot of times persons love to take a lot of the liquids, right? If you find it's somewhat diminishing or going down, just, if you have fresh lime, just add a couple more in it, that's all, right? A nice chunk of pepper right there. Really nice chunk of pepper. Just be careful with eyes and so forth. Don't put it into containers too wide, and you be careful even when you are taking it out, right? So wasn't it easy? It was. I know for sure it was, right? It's just a beautiful color pepper sauce. It's just lovely color, right? Sometime in the future I will cover regular pepper sauce with you all, right? Remember, I said some persons will want it a lot more chunky than this. This is the texture I want it at, right? If you want it more chunky, feel free to pulse less on your processor or your whichever gadget you are using to get it done, be it your mini chopper or your conventional electric blender, right? But you all saw how easy it was, and the juices in there is like amazing. The scent is beautiful. Let me just move away my other stuff since I'm finished, and I want this to be the star of it. Right? So this is what we have, guys. Start to finish. This is what we have. This is our mother-in-law. Brilliantly executed. Scent is lovely. We all know that we can do it with a number of things. It depends on whatever you want to have it on. But bear in mind, if you never had this before, you never did it, and you are going to make it, it's something that is extremely heated. In Trinidad, we won't consider it very hot because in Trinidad we cook with a lot of spice and hot peppers and so forth. So it won't be something that is unbearably hot for any born Trinidadian, you know, those with Trini roots. Right? So I hope you all try it. Once you do, comment below and let me know. Right? You guys know the pleasure is always my own whenever I do a demo for you all. You all also know that the business, we are all over social media, literally. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, and of course the YouTube channel, all under the name Food by Shamion. Right? There's an email address for the business, which is foodbyshamion@gmail.com. Guys, it was my pleasure. Until I meet you all again, bye.